Working Class Beer Reviews is looking at Next Coast IPA from Goose Island. You're thinking, IPA, is that really working class? Now, I did tell you in my opening video, my very first video, that I think it's okay for even the working class people to treat themselves once in a while. If they enjoy a good craft beer, an IPA, or an import, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I'm not going to sit there and just bombard my channel with nothing but craft beer, but I'm going to sprinkle it in every so often. So this is a fairly new offering. I'm going to look here at the Goose Island website. Tropical juicy hops. It's 7%, but totally crushable. It's not quite like any other IPA you've had. Big, bracing, piney hop flavors meet a tropical bouquet of nugget, citra, and mosaic hops. There's a balanced bitterness that blends seamlessly into the light to medium body. Into the light to medium body. Sip it or rip it. We're not your mom. So it's an IPA. ABV is 7%, so that's pretty strong. Obviously they make them way stronger, but you're not, I don't know if you consider it a double IPA. You're teeter-tottering pretty close. You get to 8 and 9%, you're getting to double IPA. Colors amber, hops is nugget, 06277, which is an unnamed newer hop. Citra, mosaic, eureka. Malts are synergy select, pilsen, and carahel. It says flavor, gentle bitterness, lightly sweet, slightly sweet linger, and gently bitter linger. It's a nationwide offering. Bottles are 6-pack 12-ounce bottles. Cans, they have 4-pack 16-ounce cans, 6-pack high cone cans, which I'm not sure what that is. 12-pack of 12-ounce cans. So it's offered in pretty much your general 12 packs of cans or bottles, or 6-packs, and then you got some pint can offerings there. I'm not sure. The high cone bottles, I'm wondering if that's like the tall pint cans, kind of like what Budweiser and Bud Light are in, those aluminum bottles. A lot of people are going to those right now. So yes, I've had this before, but I've saved a few of these back for video review purposes, so I will be doing a few that aren't just your normal American lager. I'm going to pour it into this little tulip glass here that I washed. I'm trying to make sure it's beer clean. I got this from Dollar Tree, but it's got that nice fluted look to it. I feel it's very good for IPAs if you're looking to go aroma. So, good amount of smoke coming off there, water vapor. Take that in. That's the buyer's treat there. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna pour it fairly aggressively. I want a good head on this because I want to smell it. Ooh, oh, oh, nice! Look at that. Okay. So it said amber. It's actually very golden. This is very similar to a lager color in golden. So lots and lots of bubbles. Very foamy head. I just thought it'd be appropriate to go straight to the brewery website for Goose Island. Obviously, it's a InBev Budweiser product now in Chicago. I think it's out of Chicago, Illinois. First Goose Island beer I ever tried was their Honkers Ale, which is it's their take on an ESB, which would be like a Bass kind of. So it's less than 5%, but it's strong flavored, got some bitterness to it. It's a little different than what Americans are used to, and I think that's what they're trying to incorporate. So if you're someone that's of British heritage, you'd be totally accustomed to that and all. We got some bubbles coming to the top. It's not super effervescent. It's clean, very filtered looking and all. Yeah, 40 IBUs, 7% alcohol. So it says on here. Goose Island Beer Company, Chicago, Illinois, or Baldwinsville, New York, and Fort Collins, Colorado. Okay, so that's interesting. Chicago, Illinois is obviously where Goose Island is from. Baldwinsville, New York is a brewery that was bought by Budweiser up in New York. Um, they brew a lot of the Goose Island stuff up there. Beck's, the American brewed Beck's beer is brewed in Baldwinsville, New York. And you'll see that a lot on some of their higher end brands. Fort Collins, though, that makes me think of the Fat Tire, New Belgium. That's in Fort Collins, but I think there's lots of different breweries in Fort Collins, microbrews, craft brews, whatnot. So they may have bought someone out in Fort Collins, or just bought. Maybe someone had started one and they just couldn't keep it going, and Budweiser's like, or InBev's like, hey, we'll buy your brewery from you, so we can help with our national sales. So I'm not sure the story behind that. It's kind of cool though. Drink by September 7th, 2019. I bought this actually probably about a couple months ago, and I've had it in my fridge just saving it. I've got like 4 different ones I'm saving. Well, actually 5, because another one I've got saved up is Michelob Original Lager, which I'm excited about that one, because it's hard for me not to be biased about it because I love that beer, but I do need to do a video review, right? So let's smell this. Okay, it's obviously hoppy, but it's not the piney or grassy hops. It's the citrusy, like almost like a pineapple-y. You've probably seen a lot of these like pineapple IPAs. Excuse me, I got just a slight bit of a cold here. Don't want to drip on camera, but yeah, it's very, very pronounced citrusy, pineapple-y smelling. It doesn't smell strong. Sometimes when you get into these 7%, they're just like punch you in the face. So they must have created something that's very middle of the road while having a good amount of extra flavor and body and heft to it. So comes up very nicely on that tulip glass there. I like that. I saved this glass specifically for these beers. I don't have them all the time, but I do have them once in a while. I didn't used to be a fan when they first started becoming prominent. Well, for me in my area in the mid 2000s, I wasn't a fan at first. I got into the porters and stouts, but the IPAs are like, ugh. It was hard, but now I've become accustomed to it. And it smells good. So let's take a sip. Okay, a lot of hops. Got that hop resin. Now I'm getting the maltiness. It's kind of clean. It's got a medium mouthfeel, I would say. A medium to high, possibly. And it's not like claggy or sticky. It's just, it clings. It stays with you, so it lingers. It's got a good linger to it. So if that's something you enjoy, some people that like IPAs, they want it to stick around. I'm not a session IPA person personally. I'm not opposed to having them, but I'm not going to go out of my way to buy them. If I'm going to have an IPA, I'd rather have something that's full strength or high strength, just to have the full experience of it. So let's take another sip. I do like that. I've had Goose Island, the regular Goose Island before, in bottle, cans, and on draft. They have it on draft at Fitter's Pub here in Sedalia, downtown. Great place to eat and a wide selection of beers. So if you're wanting to try something new, they've always have seasonal stuff rotating in and out of there. I think they have this in bottles there, but I don't think they have it on draft. And it didn't even say anything on the website. Let me look. Didn't say anything about draft. It's not to say that it's not available. I'm sure if you get close to St. Louis or Chicago, where it originates from, you might see it more often. I just recently took a trip to St. Louis, and I didn't see anything way out of the ordinary there that I don't get here. But I did a video on Bud Select, and I made the claim that it was probably phasing out. I may be wrong about that, because I saw it pretty prominently over there in like these aluminum pint bottles. I saw a bunch there, so it just may be phasing out in my area. Maybe I should preface that. And I don't want to redo that video. I'm just, anybody that's seen that video on the Bud Select, that's what I think. So, one more final. Let's go with this. It's really good. It's really good. There's nothing offensive or harsh about it. Obviously, it's an IPA, so what I think is they've created a stronger IPA that is just a tad bit milder. I mean, it's got the hoppiness and the bitterness, but it doesn't feel like a mouthful. Like if you have some of these double IPAs, where it's just like the New Belgium Voodoo Ranger, the Imperial one it's like 9% or something like that. It's great. I love that beer, but it sits heavy on you. It takes a while to process this one, which is probably why on this they called it crushable, which is dangerous, because if you go crushing a bunch of 7% beers, it's going to hit you at some point. Excuse me. Yeah, it's going to hit you at some point. So be careful with this. Yes, this is a wolf in sheep's clothing, I guess you could call it. It's good. It's really good. So hats off to you, Goose Island. AB InBev. I'm not partial. Obviously my channel is called Working Class Beer Reviews, because I'm looking at everything that's available to me in my area, you know. So this happened to be on sale when I did buy it. I think it was like I bought a 6-pack and I split it with a friend, and I took one home with me. That's what this is. I took it home with me to save for a rainy day, but I thought, well, why not do a video review? And I think it was $7.99. I want to say, yeah, that was $7.99 for a 6-pack of craft beer. Is about the norm. I think regularly it's like $8.99, somewhere around there, which is a little. I mean, obviously I'm not going to buy that all the time, but once in a while, like I said, if I wait and it goes on sale, which they typically do, they kind of cycle through their stock and they'll put their stuff on sale. $7.99 is about one of the best. You know, you might find it for $7.50. Anything cheaper than that, then you know, it's probably they're getting ready to bring something else different in. They're trying to just get rid of their back stock and all. But yeah, no, great beer, and really enjoyed drinking that, and I enjoyed sharing it with you. So let me know if you've had it, if you've seen it, and hopefully, if anything, this review will help you to try it next time you see it. See what you think. I think you'll enjoy it, and I think they knew what they were doing when they created this. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys later.